Nice. That worked. Hello, everyone who is joining me. My name is Matt Williams. I do a daily stream, roughly daily, in 2 weeks. Yesterday was the first one that I skipped. Might not have done one on Sunday. I'm not sure. But yeah, so this is a daily, somewhat-ish daily stream. I'd like to try to do this at 10:30. It never works out. But now, one thing that's different here, I'm moving things around. You'll notice that the it looks cleaner and nicer and sharper and oh my God, this is great. It's very exciting. Yeah, I'm very excited about the how good this looks. So, I'm gonna go straight into some. Let's see. I don't need to be looking at that. If you have any comments, let me know in the chat window. I should be able to see that. Let me refresh this screen. Yep, that definitely looks like I can see things. If there's anything wrong with audio, let me know about that too. I should be able to fix it. But this is a different platform that I'm using, and yeah, hopefully it's just going to work out really well. All right, let's get into it. I saw this come across my window. Magic. Hello, John Bradley. Thank you for being here. Yeah, basically, this what is this? This was a investment was done in this company, Magic, I think. Oh, is it? No. Now I'm forgetting what this article is about. Oh, it's just about how do we get. Oh, yeah, they have this new model, LTM2 Mini. They're doing some sort of collab with Google, maybe, but they're suggesting that one of the problems is finding the needle in the haystack, and maybe they're trying to do stuff to pull that needle out. Actually, now I'm looking at this. I read this, and I've forgotten everything about it. What was special about this one? Oh, I'm not showing the screen. Already fumbling around. Oops, that's not right. Let's change. Oh my God, too many wrong. Okay, let's see what's going on here. How do I change? I thought that keyboard shortcut would work. It did not. Show scenes. There we go. So let's go to this one. There we go. That looks better. Oh, but my chat isn't there. I wonder what's going on with that. That should be there. What happened? Let's change this to oopsie. Magic. Let's change that to there. And then we'll figure out why my here. Stream Labs. Dismiss that. Dashboard. And do I have to launch it each time? Launch. Anything? No. There we go. So now if I change this over to here, Still not really seeing anything. Seeing what I wanted to see. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. Oh, do I need to... Live debugging. Overlays. Chat box should be on top. Let's make that thing go away. I don't know. I'll figure that chat box out later. But I was hoping the chat would just show up here, and now, and it's not. Oh well. But anyway, it's so interesting. I remember it being an interesting article. I just forgotten everything about it. But yeah, so let's move on to something that I actually remember anything about. Do I remember anything about anything? So I've mentioned this a few times. This California legislature approves bill proposing sweeping AI restrictions. So in California, there's two two bodies that have to approve something: the state assembly, and then I think the Senate. The state Senate. State Senate already approved it, and then they made some changes. Assembly approved it. Now the state Senate has to do it. And the next step is Governor Newsom has to sign the document to go into law. It's not clear on whether he's going to do that. It seems to be a rather contentious issue. A lot of people for it, a lot of people against it, and opponents worry that it could stifle innovation. There's a lot of people who are pro the bill. I think a lot of folks are believe that Terminator is going to be real, or what any other crazy. There are a lot of threats that are Hollywood. There are some threats that definitely need to be dealt with, but I think a lot of the focus has been on the fantastical. Hi, Matt. Any idea when we might see more SPPO models? SPPO. No. Probably not those. SPPO models. It was right. Self-play preference optimization. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Are there... Ollama? Is there anything already? Oh, okay. With that's something I have not seen. No, I don't know anything about it. Andrew Inning and Jason Liu have been speaking out against this on LinkedIn. It's really wild. About the bill. It's interesting. And then of course, what's his name? God, why do I forget? Elon Musk has gotten into it, saying, "Oh well, it's potentially bad, but it's generally a good thing," which makes me okay. Now we have to look into he doesn't tend to do anything unless he's going to make a massive profit off of it. So what's the profit for him if there are restrictions? I guess maybe it allows his models to catch up to where the others are. I don't know. It's who knows? AI in cars is my fear. We kind of have a little bit of that today. There are the I forget what there's the full safe driving FSD, but then they always drop off the first letter or the first word in that because it's not as sexy. It's so basically saying that the driver needs to be paying attention, can't just be reading the paper or doing something they shouldn't be doing. But that always gets left off of that acronym. But I didn't Musk just show some massive AI data center just in the last couple of days, and one of the suggestions was that this is probably related to the self-driving mechanisms in the cars. I found Gemma 9B SPPO impressive, but there was a lot of hype around it. I'd be curious to see if it pays off on larger models as well. Oh, I can add this there. Oh, hey, look, the chat showed up. When I don't know when that happened, but bonus. Seems to be cut off on the edge. I'll figure that one out. Cool. How do I get rid of that? Remove from broadcast. I think it's good to have control over company characters. Currently, archived Cornell research papers are public domain and can be used for training, but searching cannot. So where do we draw the line? To be used for training. Oh, but results from searching cannot be used for training? Interesting. What else we got? Yale announced $150 million to support leadership in AI. Yale and Harvard and all these big schools have these massive endowments, so they can use money in interesting ways as they go. And I seem to remember Harvard and Yale and maybe some of the others, their endowments are so big that they don't actually need to ask for tuition. Because they could just pay for as many students as they accept now for free forever, because they have so much money in the bank that is in investments, and they are growing at such an incredible rate that they don't need the money. They're set, and yet they get tuition as well, which is. But this was interesting. So many of these. I think there's been a lot of talk about AI in education just in the last few weeks about how these different universities are going to take advantage of AI, and some of them are creating groups inside the university to help teach the others how to use AI, and others are. Well, here we've got, they're going to buy a whole bunch of, GPUs. Okay, that's interesting. That's not all of it, but then they're also going to make sure that those GPUs are available to all the students and faculty, and so they've got this Clarity platform. I'm not sure. I think Clarity is something that they've created. Let's see, Clarity platform. And so if you are a student, you can chat with Clarity. I assume you have to be a student. Can I chat with Clarity? So it looks like I need to have a Yale email address, which I do not. Because I did not go to Yale. I went to Florida State University. But this Clarity platform is interesting. It's powered by OpenAI ChatGPT 4.0, but they've got it hosted on their Azure environment. So it's limited to Yale folks, and that way they can be sure that anything secret that somebody posts to that chat, it's not going to make it outside of OpenAI's environment, of Yale's environment. Though that said, they say you gotta make sure you're not sharing too much information, because potentially worst case scenario, other Yale folks might be able to see stuff that you share. So anyway, it's interesting how they're going to be using this money to try to make to do interesting things with AI. Let me need to share that one. Well, I mean, not that there's anything bad, but if you're interested in some exciting Ollama models, I feel like there was more to your comment, but I don't see anything else. Okay, let's move on to, what else do I have? Oh, I saw Codeium, so one of these AI-powered coding platforms. They just got $150 million Series C funding. So they've done I can't remember what the A, B, and C. I think A is to try to reach product market fit, and then B is something else, and then C is something else from there. So they've come a long way. They're already at C. But 150 million at a 1.25 billion dollar valuation seems kind of crazy. From what I understand, that's kind of like shooting yourself in the foot, because now it becomes harder and harder to raise those additional rounds later on, and harder to prove if you do go public, harder to ensure that you're making enough money to justify that valuation. Otherwise, your stock tanks. From what the little I remember of these things. But yeah, so they got a lot of money. But who else? OpenAI is raising money for another round. When do they IPO? But their current valuation is looking like $100 billion. Really? I mean, yeah, it's important, but $100 billion? Come on. Somebody's getting too much cash there. I thought this was interesting. Playground. Oh, yeah, okay. So Playground looks like this kind of graphic, there are a lot of image generation tools out there, but this one seems a little bit more focused on graphic design. So creating posters, creating wallpapers, creating stickers, t-shirts, those types of things. And it looks pretty interesting. And so you can start from different templates. Let's see, I want to create a poster, and I like poster, like that, sure. Oh, okay, so I'm just clicking through. But yeah, I can start with a template and then create a poster, which, I mean, these look pretty amazing. And a little bit more focused than some of these more general Midjourney or who was it? Ideogram and some of the others. So this looked pretty cool. I definitely would like to play with that a bit. Unrelated to AI, I don't know if you've spent much time looking at AnandTech. It was AnandTech and what was the Tom's Hardware. These things have been around for 27 years, and they're closing shop. So AnandTech is named for Anand, this guy, Anand Lal Shimpi, I think. But it's been around for a long time, and I've often gone to it for news about hardware or interesting anytime I need to. When I was thinking about building different machines, I'd always come to AnandTech or Tom's Hardware or a few other sites for reviews. So interesting that they're shutting down. Unrelated to AI, but just fascinating. Let's see. Everybody seems to be announcing that they're getting more users potentially than anyone else. And so there was an article pretty recently about Meta AI getting so many X number of millions of users, and ChatGPT is saying, "Oh well, we did too. We have more than you, and whoa, we have more than you." And so they're competing in the news for who has the most users, kind of like crowd sizes. They need to compete. And then we got a new movie kind of feeding into the paranoia of how do we get rid of this ad? Okay, there we go. Oh, I thought I signed in already. So a new movie, Afraid, with AI in caps. Do you trust the AI? So basically, a family that has Alexa-like smart home assistant flips from being helpful to murderous. And yeah, this I don't know if it's going to be as. I think the reviews have generally been, this is stupid, but it's a funny idea. There was something, I think, towards the end, was it? Yeah, so interesting movie. I'm definitely not going to go to the theater to see this, but maybe I'll see it in the when it's streaming. Yeah, so at least 2 centuries of make-believe have been littered with machines going horribly wrong. And I thought regarding, kind of related to that movie with, Amazon, an Alexa-like device going bad. Well, Alexa is realizing that it's not so good at what it does. And so Amazon's new version is going to use Claude instead of Amazon's AI, which I would imagine it would take a little bit of time to kind of integrate it in, but it can't be any worse. It would be nice to be able to use my Echoes for more than just setting a timer for cooking or for cooking oatmeal. That's pretty much all I use it for, is the 5-minute timer. One of the 2 5-minute timers for when I do our oatmeal or porridge in the morning. I guess there's probably some other timers. Anytime there's a timer, but I can't say, Alexa, what are my timers? Instead, I have to say, list my timers, because what are my timers will reset the timers, which is super annoying and super frustrating. So it looks like it will be demoed at the annual Devices and Service event in September. And they were thinking of putting that new Alexa behind a $5 to $10 monthly subscription. But they're going to keep the current Classic Alexa offering available as a free-to-use service. So Alexa will be useless for free and potentially passable for $5 to $10 a month. Paying a subscription for another AI tool. So many subscriptions for all these. Oh my God. That's kind of what I like about on the Mac being able to use Raycast, because that kind of aggregates all the different AI tools. And that's worked out. Although I don't get access to the native interfaces for those tools. It looks like I copied that twice. Google rolling out some safeguards for its AI products ahead of the U.S. election. So basically, they're not really putting in I don't know if these are safeguards. They're just saying, if you ask a question related to anything that has to do with the election, it's just going to ignore it and not going to answer you. So I don't know if that's a safeguard or just turn it off. I guess it's a pretty harsh safeguard. I would think they could be, make it super tame answer rather than just don't, because they're worried that people are going to ask a question and you'll get wrong information. So, fascinating. California AI bill. A lot of, I've mentioned this a few times, but this article from IEEE Spectrum suggesting that, okay, yeah, sure, it's just California, but this is going to have a sign in. Okay. This is going to have a big impact because just for the same reason that, when California, they had an example of eggs. Where was it? No, I can't highlight it. Oh, yeah. For example, egg farmers anywhere in the world must keep their chickens in cage-free systems if they want to be able to sell their products to California's market of more than 39 million consumers. So maybe this is going to, if even if a model is created in France, will Mistral have to abide by California's AI safety bill because they want folks in California to be able to use it? Or do they somehow restrict? And of course, if all these different states come up with their own bill, now it's going to become really hard to figure out what are the different restrictions that you need to follow. So folks were hoping for a US-wide one, but it seems like one of the potential presidents is definitely not going to do anything about it, and the other possibly is, and so states are just saying, okay, let's get something in the books now, and maybe we can adjust it if there's a nationwide bill, but for now we got to do something. So some of the reasons that people have wanted this thing, there are concerns over AI doomsday scenarios, like creation of biological weapon, identity, or a biological weapon, or the machines taking over, machines killing all humans. That's one concern. But then there's actually a more realistic concern that is worth paying attention to. These AI models are based off of human. They're trained on human interactions on the internet, and sometimes humans are biased, and so those biases show up in what a model can generate. And so, is that going to affect approval of mortgages or job interviews, or when someone is charged with a crime, should they receive bail? There's all sorts of examples of companies, like in the U.S., that will enable collusion illegally. And so one of the examples is a real estate firm that they would work with. It was illegal for different landlords to say, we're going to all lower or raise our rents so that we can ensure that we get more money, but we don't want to have one of our competitors really low, in which case they'll get a new resident. And so they all were subscribing to this particular service, and that service, part of the use of that service, kind of like I think Zillow was similar, where they would be supplying information about their market, about their residents, or about their supply. They were supplying that to this other company, and that company was then selling the information about, here's what we think you should charge for this particular rental in this neighborhood. And they're going to court right now because the claim is that this is collusion, and that it is illegal in the U.S. And so that could, I don't think there's anything about AI in that company's offerings, but you could totally see that happening. Some advocates for open source communities say the bill threatens to discourage programmers from openly releasing AI software. Though there was another article I saw pretty recently that has that has the another article that said that the wording of the bill suggests that open source models are exempt from what's in the bill. I can't remember where I saw that. Oh, you have the egg timer LED now. I do. I'm not sure how that's relevant, but yes. Did you see it on the screen or something? Let's see what else we got. Qwen 2 VL is available. So this is a new vision model, vision language model. And what's interesting is that it apparently understands videos up to 20 minutes long, or 20 minutes or longer, which is pretty cool. With the vision models that I played around so far, with any Ollama models, they understand unimaged, and sometimes they understand so maybe 2 frames of a video, but definitely not 20 minutes. Okay, maybe they understand 20 minutes if you take the first frame and the last frame, but they don't really understand 20 minutes of video. That's incredible. I can't imagine the context, or how. It's just a magic. But they got some great examples for, here's this image, describe the color and number of each box, and it does. And then what else was there? Taking a problem on a web page, including diagrams for the example, and solving the problem based on this. Oh, it mentioned the Alexa time. Yes. Now I should use my my cool hourglass that'll go off in 25 minutes. Oh, actually, no, it won't. Now it will. So that was pretty interesting. What else is there? Oh yeah, video understanding and live chat. So that's pretty cool. So being able to play, this is looks like something to do with astronauts. What happens if I play it? I know there's probably no sound. At least I can't hear anything. So something at NASA. And it says video begins with a man speaking to the camera, followed by a group of people sitting in a control room. The camera then cuts, What's the color of the clothes the 2 astronauts are wearing? And it says the color is blue and black. It's pretty cool stuff. Function calling, visual interactions. This seems pretty cool around flight statuses, weather forecasts, and more. Just a lot of neat ideas in here. I don't know if I don't know how easy this is going to be to add to Ollama. I assume it's not there yet. I don't even know if Qwen Math is in. Qwen 2 Vision. So I don't see any Qwen. Surpasses Qwen VL in overall performance. Interesting. Is that some sort of... 5.3 Vision is also not on Ollama. Yeah. So I wonder if there's something... I have no idea what you have to do to get the vision models added. I don't know if there's something different that Ollama... I just have no idea how that stuff works. Let's see. Last thing I thought was interesting was just Google Gemini. Now, if you're using Chrome, you can access Gemini AI directly from Chrome, though it can't see. So it can answer questions, but it can't see what you're actually looking. So you can't use it to ask a question about whatever you're looking at, which I would think is one of the main things you'd want to do, but you can't get access to what's in the browser right now. So, looks like my chat is it's not seeing the latest thing. The egg timer now, so it doesn't see anything from the last, yeah, something. I definitely have to fix what's going on with this chat window. But let's see, what else has been, oh, no. Jay Morgan said they're working on adding the vision model chat templates, but that have other priorities right now, like Llama 3.1. Okay. I mean, yeah, they're doing amazing amount of things for such a. I think they've added a couple more people since I left, but it was pretty cool the stuff that was added around making it really easy to add adapters to a model, so that I just posted a video yesterday, and that video is pretty awesome. Well, I mean, the video is awesome, but what I was specifically thinking about was that the number of views for me is incredible. So I'm at 16 hours since I put it out, and I'm at 5,200 views, which is the best that I've ever been able to do in such a short amount of time. And the number of comments is incredible. Sure. So that's been amazing. But so that was added just in the last few days. And there's definitely, and Patrick actually reached out to me and said, okay, well, so you got this, all these things are great, but there's some other things you could have done that would have made it a little bit easier than even what you showed. So maybe there will be an updated version of that video coming out at some point. I have experience with manually classifying videos, and believe me, it wasn't fun. This 20-minute process is mind-blowing, especially when dealing with sensitive content. Yeah. Files are base64 encoded. Can you just throw base64 encoded stuff at Ollama and it will decode it? With things that are, the base64 encoding is specifically for lava. And so that's how you will pass an image to the model, is base64 encoded. I would imagine a 20-minute video, just base64 encoding that is going to be way more than, I mean, it's going to be huge. So, I mean, that might take up your context right there. And just the amount of memory required to deal with it. I have no idea how this is going to work. I'm designing a college math LoRa adapter for Llama 3.1 and some other models. You can just slap LoRa adapters on models. Yeah. It was interesting that when using MXL, anyway, the Apple thing. Yes, that video was specifically for Apple Silicon, and I'll do another one on Unsloth later on. But there are actually two versions that you could potentially use. You can use, there's a LoRa.py script in the MLX examples repo. And if you use that, it spits out an MPZ file. And if you use MLXLM, because there are some tutorials that talk about Ollama, fine-tuning a model to run in Ollama, and it uses that process, and then it has to fuse the adapter to the model. But I knew that you didn't have to, you could just point to the adapter, and to do that, you need to have the safe tensor files output from MLX. And so you have to use a different executable that's not actually mentioned in a lot of the tutorials. So it took me a while. It's like, why is this not working? Why? What's NPC? How do I convert? And once I finally figured out what was going on, I was able to get it working. It is frustrating that the chat is not updating. Let's see, overlays. Let's just make that go away. If I bring it back, does it come back correctly? Check out Emotional Llama by Sebdg. Sebdg. Who is Sebdg? Sebdg. Sebastian de Graaf. So check out Emotional Llama. Emotional Llama. Sebdg. That is probably not what you meant. Ah, there we go. Oh, okay. Sebdg, Emotional Llama. Introducing Emotional Llama, the model fine-tuned as an exercise for the live event on Ollama Discord channel. Designed to understand and respond to a wide range of emotions. Cool. Video on YouTube. I will definitely check that out. Huh, I didn't know anything about that. It's a better link. Oh. What's a better link? Oh, at the bottom, this one? The Ollama, look at bottom. Okay. Emotional. Ah, there is a GitHub. Okay, notebooks on GitHub. No! Oh, the YouTube... We're going at different speeds. The Ollama one, you saw it correct. Okay, okay. Anyway, I will go through this. Oh, a fine-tuned data set on Hugging Face. Ooh, Parquet file. Okay, so cool. I'll definitely check this out. This is awesome. Emotional Llama. When was this? 7 weeks ago. Cool. It's a new repo now. Okay. Cool. That looks awesome. Thank you. Let's see. Any other new models? Newest. We're updating. Oh, okay, that's it. So, okay, so Qwen 2 Math finally got added. That was, I was wondering when that was going to show up, because that was a week ago? Hermes 3, 535, okay. So, been adding a few models recently. New extract is awesome, cool. And, what else? Oh, any updates to releases? So we have 3.8 from a few days ago. And that's actually the latest. There isn't a new, anything for 3.9 yet. What else is interesting sometimes to look at? Oh, just product trending. .3.7 was big, yeah. Trending repositories on GitHub today. Open source RAG-based tool for chatting with your documents. Codeium. I don't know what that is. Run macOS VM in a Docker. Okay, that's interesting. Doku. I just played around with that briefly. So basically trying to replicate Heroku. AppFlowy, an AI workspace. Looked pretty interesting. OpenObserve. Datadog alternative. Although they put Elasticsearch and Splunk and Datadog alternative, which are very different products. Coolify, another self-hostable Heroku / Netlify / Vercel, and again, very different products. Airtable alternative. Okay, what do we have here? So, Codeium. Cool. Nice RAG UI for Ollama as well. Interesting. Thing to play with. AppFlowy. Okay, yeah. Open source Notion to open source alternative to Notion. And this was the one that just added AI, I think. So, oh yeah, it was like local first, except for AI, which is not local. And then what else do we got that was interesting? OpenObserve. What is this? Full stack observability. Without really showing us what it is. Okay, so it looks like if you miss what Datadog looked like 6 years ago, you can use this tool instead. Coolify, another one of these Heroku alternatives. And NoCodeDB, another Airtable alternative. Oh yeah, this one actually looked pretty interesting. Too many things to need to self-host. And then that was it. Cool. Let's switch out to this guy and close out my browser. Any questions, thoughts, other things going on? How did you improve the video quality? Yes. So it looks a lot better, doesn't it? Amazing, huh? So I started doing the stream on a regular basis with Ryan. So Ryan is a guy that I used to work with at Datadog. And we'd have occasional conversations about just stuff that was going on. And it was really fun. And then I left Datadog to go join Infra that later became Ollama. And we wanted to continue the conversation. We thought, well, sometimes there are interesting things that we talk about. Maybe we should just stream it. And so sounds good. And when I was at Datadog, I was able to expense having StreamYard. And so I thought, let's just do it on StreamYard because, but I'd often have poor performance on StreamYard, but I just assumed it was my internet connection because I'd go to the library and where there's like massive, gigabit download or gigabit upload, and it would be better, still not great, but StreamYard at the time had restrictions on how the resolution you could stream anyway. And then a little bit later on, I saw Riverside, and they had other features that I didn't have with StreamYard, and they were able to stream at a better resolution, but you had to pay more and more and more each time for these different levels. But I kept paying, going to that next level, Pro, studio something. And it comes out to like $45 a month, which, okay, if they do what they promise, great. But there was all these things that I wish I could do that I can't. And the big features that they promised, they can't deliver on those things either, which is super frustrating. And their reasoning was, oh, you need to turn off the what Riverside would do is stream, but also create a local recording and upload that at the same time. And they said, oh, well, turn that off so that it uploads after the stream is done. But you can't do that every time. You have to go in and set that every time, which is frustrating. But turn that on, turn that off, or set that to go. But it was better, but it wasn't great. And then they said, oh, well, you have too many tabs open. Like, come on, that's probably not it. Because you'd go onto the YouTube site and stream directly from there. It was like spectacular. So there's got to be something else. And they couldn't come up with anything. So I canceled my subscription to that this morning. Because I started playing around with, now I could do, the reason why I stuck with StreamYard was it was important for me to be able to do the stream with me and with Ryan. And Ryan he's based in Vancouver, BC. And I'm down here in Seattle. I mean, we're somewhat close, but we're not going to like hop in the car and be in the same room. So how do we connect these two people in different places? And people come up with like, oh, well, you zoom, and then do the share of a Zoom, which is, or you do all these other things, hoops that you have to go through to get it to work. And I just wanted a simple, easy solution. And right around the time that we started doing this, a little bit later, Ecamm came out with their interview feature. But because I was thinking that the problem was my internet connection and not their garbage service, I was thinking, well, I can't. I mean, having these, at this download and upload at the same time is going to kill my network connection. Turns out my network connection is totally fine. And I was fussing over nothing. So what I'm using right now is called Ecamm Live. It's Mac only, kind of like OBS, but a lot more polished, and a whole lot easier to do some impressive things with. And I found with OBS there were enough things that were, you find different extensions or plugins or whatever they call them, and say, oh, this solves your exact problem, and it doesn't say anything about requirements for using it. And so you try to use it and it doesn't work. And it says, oh, well, it's Windows only. It's like, well, there's OBS and then there's OBS Mac, and a lot of things that are in Windows don't work on Mac. I'm not going to switch to Windows for that. So anyway, I'm on Ecamm. Need it in your channel profile. Need what? Need how I'm doing this? Maybe. Or maybe you meant something else. So that was a long version. I often don't have short versions of. Oh, am I not looking at all the messages again? All comments. Oh, your X account. Oh, was there something on my X account? Let's open up Arc. Oh, I not. There we go. X. Oh, you're asking, I need to have my X account in my channel profile. I think that's what you're saying. Let's go to, really, it's not there? Now I'm just looking at, top chat versus live chat. Joe Burnett. I don't see. Even in the full chat, I don't see a previous message about X account. Just your website's in the profile. Oh, interesting. Let's go to my technoevangelist.com. Yep. Well, that's weird. Let's fix that now. Studio. Settings. Channel settings. Now, finding the bio here is difficult. Maybe I have to do it from my page. So let's go back. Okay, customize channel. There we go. All right, basic info. Okay. Channel URL, custom URL. So on my, so there's not a way of adding, oh, there is a way of adding. So I do have my Twitter handle, X is always Twitter, in the description, but Twitter/X, and it's s.com/x.com/technoevangelist. Techno. I can't spell it. Technoevangelist. Let's see. Did that work? Publish. Go to channel. And one more link. Okay, so now I did not format that correctly. https.com. Customize channel. Where was I? Basic info. :// Publish. Go to channel. There we go. And that works. Cool. So thank you for that that comment. I just added it. And I should probably add all the other things, all the accounts that I don't use. Because there's a Mastodon where I'm technoevangelist at fostodon.org or something like that. And there's Blue Sky, and there's Threads, and there's, I think there's something else. Technoevangelist everywhere. The only place where I'm not technoevangelist is like on Ollama.com, and there I'm M, just the letter M. But that's the only place. Oh, on Discord, I'm Matt W. Matt W TBL ST/Y. Build a CrewAI. I feel like I need to look at CrewAI again because I saw a recent example and it's nowhere near as bad as it was. So I think things are, I mean, they're building up the team and it's, yeah, I feel like it's just so much better than it was. So I need to take a look at that. You can do it all with Ollama. You don't need it. Yeah, I know. Settles. You missed it. You didn't miss anything. You're here just in time. Everything that we've done so far, it was just warm up. We were warming up, getting ready for you. It's just nice. Oh, hi, Matt. Any insight on the likelihood of getting models converted to work with Llama CPP, like Codestro Mamba or Phi MOE models? I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if I'm going to be able to see these comments later. Let's see what else is going on. Did any of you see my latest video that I posted yesterday? Cool. It's Settle CE, like Windows CE. So you're the community edition of Settle. Or was it compact edition? CE? I feel like it was community. No. CE. Yeah, community edition, right? Oh my God. I get text messages so often on my watch now from both sides. Both sides want me to give money. Like, I know. Video was great. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, it took a little bit of time to get it working, and it didn't end up working on Thursday when I had, well, wait, I did post it on Thursday. I had meant to post it earlier on Thursday, but it got out. And it seems to be doing well, which is great. Well, for me, there are, I mean, for an MKBHD or anybody else with a lot of subscribers, it would probably be like the worst numbers they've ever experienced. But for me, this is amazing. So my YouTube channel is currently at, I just passed over 30,000 subscribers yesterday, 2 days ago. I'm now at 30,369. So that's great. And yeah, to the moon, Alice, to the moon. Okay, well, I think we're all done. I think I'm not really getting a whole lot of other comments, other questions. Yes, I will look at doing CrewAI and then teaching you how to do it. But I feel like the next video is probably going to be some clarifications on the last fine-tuning episode. Maybe, and then maybe also do one for Unsloth. And I'd like to see if Axolotl works as well for this process of being able to add. I just don't know what the output of Axolotl is. And isn't there also like a llama factory, I think, is another option as well. You enjoy the daily news here. Thank you. I'm glad that's good. Yeah, there have definitely been some folks who have said, daily news? Pfft, nobody wants that. And it's definitely different daily news than what a lot of other folks cover. I'm starting to get more into the image stuff, but it's not It's not my strong suit just yet. Cool. And thank you for being open to me solving my problems as we go along for the stream. Definitely have to work out that that chat. That was weird. Although I guess if you're watching, it was important to include chat on the screen before, because I would stitch everything together or like clean things up and then re-upload because it was so bad I needed to re-upload. But now you can just play back the chat and it's over there, or down, I don't know, wherever the chat window is. And so maybe I don't need to worry about the chat being on the screen. Probably not. Although I love the chat that shows up on the screen on who is it, Primogen and some of the other streamers that have been doing this a while. Oh, I can see how many viewers there are. Nice. I'm just discovering so many interesting things about this Ecamm Live. It's really pretty cool. Oh, my timer's getting close to going off. All right, so I think I'm going to stop now. Thanks so much for being here. It was fun, and we'll see you all again. Well, I guess I'm going to do the stream tomorrow, and we'll do kind of a summary of the week. That was pretty interesting. Oh, there it goes, dinging. Oh, it stopped. Oh, there it is. Let's see it right again. So that's a little ding. And yeah, so I did the weekly thing, and then I need to get back to doing the newsletter. Back, I did it once, but I think now there's like 13 or 1400 subscribers, so people seem to want something. Okay, thanks so much. I'm gonna figure out where the stop button is here. It's a different place on every tool. End broadcast.